Okay, so last week we talked about playing inside sort of over a G7. Inside would be if we use G mixolydian, which is essentially the C major scale. So all of those notes are in the key. Now, we haven't had a chance to talk about alterations, but we're going to talk about how to solo over a G7 with alterations because you all know the chord, especially guitar players. The Hendrix chord, the G7 sharp 9. Of course, Hendrix used it, as an E, like in Purple Haze and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to do it on a G7. So G7 sharp 9 is actually the same thing as a G7 flat 9, is the same thing as a G13 flat 9. So on our G7 with a flat 9, I want to show you this scale because guitar players, it's symmetrical and it's really simple and it breaks down the neck. It's even easier than the major scale. So we're going to start at G and just play half whole all the way up the octave. So G, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, then we have to shift. Half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. So very simple. If I go backward, it's and really that's all you need. But if you want to do the rest, you have to shift up a half. And then the cool thing about this is that then this note here, as long as I know where a half step is, I can move up in a minor third from this note, from that G to B flat, and I can play the same pattern. And it's the same notes. I can move up another minor third from that. Okay, and then from there I can move up another minor third. And then I can move up another minor third and I'm back at a G. So if I just take that same pattern and move it in minor thirds, I can solo over that G7 sharp 9 or G7 flat 9. Okay? It's a really cool sound, and it's a sound that fusion people have been using for a very, very long time, and a really cool thing that you can throw in if you ever just have a vamp on that G7 sharp 9 or flat 9. And it's also a great scale that resolves, but that takes a little more theoretical knowledge. At this point, you can just jam out on that scale with a little distortion, and it's pretty fun. So remember, you can move it up in minor thirds. So I usually just start from G here.